Okay, I get it. You don't want to see a lot of Bryn Forbes, but I'm going to be completely real with you guys. I love me some Bryn Forbes. I love me some Bryn Forbes, okay? I don't understand all the hate that Bryn Forbes gets. I understand that it might be based on people just say he's a bad defender. They're kind of scared that we overutilize him, but that's the issue. We had to overutilize him in the past. We don't necessarily have to do that now. Bryn Forbes isn't on the court anymore with a Marco Bellinelli. The man's on the court with a Keldon Johnson, a DeJounte Murray, a Derek White. This is who he's on the court with. He has people to help him even on the defensive end. And when he does slip up, when he does mess up, he makes up for it for three-point shooting. And another thing as well, and this is one thing that really irks me when I hear criticism on Bryn Forbes, is he's a sharpshooter. How many sharpshooters in the NBA are great defenders? How many role-playing sharpshooters can you actually pick out that are great defenders? It's unheard of. It usually doesn't happen because they're role players. I think that people are just kind of hung up on the whole thing that Bryn Forbes is freaking, I don't know, like the Bryn Forbes of old. We're not going to have to overutilize them like we used to. But just look at these stats. So this is the most recent game. This is preseason game 2. And as you can see, you're looking at Bryn Forbes. He basically outperformed the entire team. He went 7 for 11, 6 for 8 from 3. He had 3 rebounds. Sorry about that. 1 assist and only 1 turnover and 2 personal fouls. So he played exceptionally well, and this is what you will want from him. 6 for 8 is really good at 3. Now, with a team like this that we don't know what we got, and it's going to be a little inconsistent, at least for a while, I think that it's kind of safe to say that Bryn Forbes is that one piece, or at least one of the big pieces that we have, that we can kind of bank on consistency. And what do I mean by that? One guy that I was really disappointed in, we're going a little back in memory lane here, okay? I was a little disappointed in DeMar DeRozan. Actually, I was also disappointed in LaMarcus Aldridge. And I'm talking about Game 7 against the Nuggets. Now, the only player that showed up in this game, and I really mean that, unironically, the only player was Bryn Forbes. 39 minutes. He went for 19 points, tied with DeMar DeRozan. But here's the difference. DeMar DeRozan went 7 for 11. Meanwhile, Bryn Forbes went... No, he went 7 for 21. I'm sorry. Bryn Forbes went 7 for 11. Okay, that sounded really good, didn't it? When I said DeMar DeRozan 7. No. Bryn Forbes went 7 for 11. DeMar DeRozan went 7 for 21. Also, Bryn Forbes had 3 for 4 from 3. So he showed up. And if you remember this game, he also had very clutch moments in that game. He was basically, I won't say single-handedly the reason we got back in the game, but he definitely played a big part of that pie. So this whole thing with Bryn Forbes, man, I think we need to show him a little more appreciation. Be happy that he's on the team, because sharpshooters like this, he didn't have to come back. He could have went somewhere else. I feel like he could have tried to get some more money, but hey, he stuck with us, and you know, this is his home. This is where he wanted to go. And honestly, I think it's even some stories that he never like sold his house, and I think his kids still go to school in San Antonio. So that's part of it too. I know. Okay, I'm not oblivious to that. But look, he did choose to come back, and he loves San Antonio. And another thing that I want to add on as well, and this is something that I think that people aren't really thinking about, is that we lost Patty Mills. He's gone. And I'm not saying Bryn Forbes can be a replacement for Patty Mills, but he was Patty Mills' protege. And you can call him a little Patty Jr., call him whatever you want, but he is not only taking on a role that Patty Mills had, but he's also considered a veteran for this team now. And for Spurs fans who we absolutely love our underdogs, I do not understand for the life of me why we're not cheering on Bryn Forbes. He's the definition of an underdog. So, look, if you're still worried about Bryn Forbes, just know the Spurs aren't going to have to overutilize him, because we just have a completely different team now, and he's surrounded around defenders. Not only that, I mean, we have so many sharpshooters now. I mean, it's going to be a lot of space. And I just want to end it on this. So Tom Petrini tweeted this out, and I think that this even speaks to our lack of love for Bryn Forbes. So he quoted Bryn Forbes, and as you can see, it only got 24 likes. Tom Petrini, I had him on the channel before, and he reports on the Spurs. He does a great job, and he gets pretty decent viewership, but you know, you quote Bryn Forbes, people don't really care. But he says, there's some learning we've got to do, but I would go out and compete with them any day. And I love it. And of course, the one comment is he doesn't have a choice. Guess you can't argue with that, huh? Guys, let's be nicer to Bryn Forbes. Can we just do that? This is what this whole video is about. Let's just be nice to Bryn Forbes. Just let me know what you think in the comments. Like, are you happy we got Bryn Forbes? Are you still a little skeptical? Me personally, I think he'll be perfectly fine. I liked him when he was with us. I understood that he was being overutilized, but I don't think that's necessarily on him. I don't think that's a hindrance on who he is as a player. I still think that he's a great player. So I just wanted to sum it up with that. Also, let me go ahead and shout out Daniel and Paul F. These are the newer Patreon members. Thank you guys so much. If anybody else wants to support the channel, link in the description for that. So yeah, I'll get with you guys later. Once again, let me know what you think, and show my man some love. Okay, just a little bit of love.